Calvin T. Mann, leading EMIY, served over 20,000 youth through speaking, coaching, and mentoring. He has inspired us for years. Welcome to EMIY TV Podcast with your host, Calvin T. Mann, the Encourager.
Surprise! This is Calvin T. Mann, the fill-in. I'm just kidding. This is Hetheru. I am your co-host today for the EMIY podcast in the studio with our awesome engineer, El Boog, with Paris Simpson and Kelly Miller, owners of Xara's Wellness Spa. So we're going to start a little bit just about backstory. And I think it's always important kind of to frame the conversation that we're going to get into. And so part of this conversation that we're having today is about wellness. So overall wellness, mental health. This is a great year for manifesting all of the seeds of health, of finances, of relationships, all of the different ways that we have seeded in our past years. This is the time for you to see it, to manifest it, and to speak it into existence. This is that time. This is that season. This is what we have been sowing for, and now it is our harvest. So it's exciting to be here with such amazing young women who have had a vision, who have sown these seeds of not only their own personal journey and wellness, but sown these seeds for others. And so I just want to talk a little bit about the backstory about EMIY and some of the ways that we are also supporting women in EMIY. And today is one of the examples of that in our today is our EMIY program. So we have a 14-week mentors program for boys, and we have about a 98% parental involvement. And because of that, we have a segment in that program that is specifically for moms called BOSS. And that's BOSS, and it really is an acronym for Building Our Sons. BOSS is an important and integral part of the overall program because when moms take their sons home from that program, they have to be able to support those dynamics that they learned in the program. So that is also requires some learning on our part as moms. So I actually have a son in the program. So I'm one of the moms that I'm actually speaking to in the program. So why that's important is that moms do an awesome job, right? And taking care of our sons, taking care of our families, and nurturing that relationship. But there are different points in that relationship as a mother where you have to be able to entrust some specific things to male mentors, uncles, grandfathers, and especially fathers, whether that's a stepfather, godfather, biological father. We have to be able to entrust them to do what they do, to raise the type of men that we need to have in our world. And so there is a growing pain, and there is a learning curve for moms to be able to learn to mother and share the role of raising the sons with those men who need to be part of the seeding of their lives. So what we do in EMIY is one of our formulas is that we use fathers as mentors. Fathers are important in the lives of developing boys. Male figures, positive male models are important. That's important for moms because we want to have men that are nurtured and strong. All the things that we always say we want in a man, that's actually the seeds that we're planting in our sons. That's not something that we can do. Not that we can do it effectively. It's not that mothers can't give their best, but there's also a step further. And part of that is trusting in your village to be able to raise a healthy man. And so we have to be mindful of that. And so BOSS is designed to help us to learn what that balance is and understand that male influence is a really tremendous part of developing the relationship with not only men in our own lives, but also our sons, because we're talking about building them. there is no building that you have seen that only women have built or only men have built. There has been a combination of building, especially for good foundations, have a combination of that village or that team that builds a structure when it's sound. So I just wanted to give a little bit of backstory about how we are incorporating wellness in our program, how we incorporate mothers in our program, even though our program is designed to help to build healthy, resilient boys who become strong, resilient men. So, we'll carve that into our wellness conversation that we're going to have with both Kelly and Paris. I'm going to ask them, first I'm going to thank you again for being here.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, indeed. So I want to talk a little bit about your individual stories. Kind of your backstory. How did this become, where did the idea come from? I know where the name came from, and I'll let you tell that, Kelly. But I know where the name came from, but where did the idea of taking on the responsibility for wellness at this level come from you two? So we'll start there, and then we'll get to your individual stories.
Okay, well, we had a baby. To pretty much start it out, Kelly actually had a baby. Her name is Xara, and I am her godmother. I got blessed with the opportunity to be her godmother. Okay. And just through the process of being a friend and kind of being there for other women and understanding the struggle of motherhood and kind of just what it feels like to grow a person inside of you and have to struggle every day with just different things going on in your environment, I was just inspired by Kelly's strength, her tenacity, her resilience, right? Mm-hmm. And I was like, this is in every woman that I know. This is in my mom. This was in my grandmother. This is in my aunt. I haven't been blessed to, bring forth my own children yet, but I saw that and that power. And we wanted to do something about that, to highlight it, to make it more. And we kind of saw this cool trend going on that's really luxurious, right? It's women being able to sculpt and contour their bodies in a healthy, non-invasive way that's not going to cause them to be down for a long time or have to have any surgery. And we thought maybe we should bring this to women, right? We should bring this to women in Metro Detroit. We should bring this opportunity to them. We should do it because we're passionate about it. We're passionate about being able to look beautiful and share that opportunity with other women. And so we started this wonderful thing called Xara's Wellness Spa. So I'll let Kelly kind of talk more about the Wellness Spa and about our baby.
Well, yes, so we did have a baby together.
Yeah.
So Paris and I have always brainstormed how to get money.
Yeah.
So we are always on the search for the almighty dollar. And so just having that entrepreneurial spirit, in relation to each other, we always just wanted to have a business, and we love to look nice. We love our bodies, and wellness is very important to us. Paris has chlorophyll water, right here. So, it's just something that's always been incorporated in our everyday lives. So, Paris, actually, she did trailblaze. She was like, Kelly, in one of our brainstorming sessions, we were just like, she was like, what about body sculpting, body contour? I'm like, oh my gosh, we can get this going. And it's definitely a market in Detroit that women don't have the opportunity to get. So it's but in the suburbs, it's all these different spas, different wellness spas and holistic opportunities that they have. So we're like, we need to bring this to Metro Detroit. And as both of us are native Detroiters, so we're like, we're going to have this in the city of Detroit. We're going to bring this to the people. We're going to go learn the craft so that we can make sure that they get optimal service.
Okay.
So we are certified.
Oh, blessings. Congratulations.
Yay.
So now let's take a step back. Tell us, Kelly, you tell us a little bit about your story, your journey into wellness. So obviously it started before that. You want to talk a little bit about that? Education, where did that come from?
Oh, yeah. So, my whole life, I've always been into sports. I am a natural born athlete. I love sports. Now, you probably couldn't tell, but I'm 30 and up crew. But I've always loved sports. I've always been into wellness. I've always been into how to make your body perform better. So, and just that's always been an underlying factor in my life. So when I went to school, my degree is in public health and a minor in health nutrition. So okay. It's just my whole life I've loved it, and just being right, and what you put into your body is definitely important. So I love to put good things, mind, body, spirit. I love to put good energy into my mind, good food into my body. And I surround myself with my positive friends who also share that. So.
Okay. Awesome. Paris, how about you?
Yeah, I mean, I consider myself to be like a healthy, holistic person, always on a journey to like find out what's the next best thing, what's the next thing that I can do to improve myself spiritually. So I think this is more than just like, you know, ego. It's more than just me wanting to look good. Like, I'm approaching the 30 crew, right? I'm not quite there yet, but I do want to look good for my 30th birthday on the beach. But in the same time, like, it was about my mindset, you know, like what happens to a woman when she starts to feel like really sexy, right? When she starts to feel like she's in control of the way that she is looking and everything. So I think I kind of always had the passion for that, to look pretty and make other people look pretty, and to kind of like be a part of what makes other people feel good about themselves. And this is just a really unique way of doing so.
Wow. That's awesome. That's so awesome to hear with the 30-somethings forecasting, right? Forecasting what your journey is going to look like as you continue to mature and be able to spread your positive message, positive body identity, right? And then being able to follow all of that up with good health. Right. And so, Paris, I know a little bit that you have been part of an organization that really focuses on mental health.
Yeah.
If you talk a little bit about that, and then Kelly, I would like for you to talk a little bit too, maybe about some of the things that you're involved in now and how you think what you do also ties into wellness.
Oh, certainly. So when I was 25 years old, I was actually diagnosed with bipolar disorder. So I was clinically diagnosed with bipolar disorder. My therapist introduced me to an organization called NAMI. So it stands for the National Alliance on Mental Illness. I was really encouraged to go and like be a part of their support group meetings as a part of my therapy. The first meeting I went to, they asked me to join the board. I'm like, I'm here for my own health. But, you know, I decided, okay, I must be needed in the city, so I'm going to join the board. So I served as the president of that affiliate from 2018 until 2021. I really enjoyed the experience. We did a lot. I'm still on the board. I just no longer am serving as the president. But NAMI, it's the National Alliance on Mental Illness. It's the largest grassroots organization for providing support with the families of people who are suffering with mental illness. And so it really helped my family, right? So when I was diagnosed, my mom was like, there's nothing wrong with my daughter. She is perfect. Like, she's my only child. There's nothing wrong with her. And I'm like, no, there's something wrong with me. but it's okay, right? I'm going to get the help that I need. I'm going to be resilient. I'm going to be like I always have been, right? And I'm going to, like, be okay. And I think that kind of inspired me to, like, share my story. I think serving on the board, being able to go and talk in schools and Detroit public schools and just tell the kids my story and help them to understand, like, if you're suffering through, you know, adverse childhood experiences, or if you have, like, post-traumatic stress, like we all have, coming from this socioeconomic environment, like native Detroit, you know, we're going to make it, like, and you can make it, and there are resources for you, and I'm here for you. So that was kind of the start of it for me as an advocate. I also worked for a nonprofit called Detroit Recovery Project, which was like a substance use organization. So I spent a lot of time working with people who are in recovery from substance use addiction. And that just ignited more passion, like, for me to help, right? For me to do something about, like, stigma, right? For us to create, like, a stigma-free 313, because everybody's battling with their own demons, and we got to be able to support one another to get through them.
Yes.
So that was kind of like what helped me to be able to just decide, you know, this is my lifetime work. This is what I really am passionate about, like helping other people get to their dharma, helping other people, like, decide what their purpose is and really move forward. And that's what I love. That's why we're here.
You forgot a main part.
Oh, plug.
You forgot the plug.
I never forget the plug. We'll talk about it later.
Okay, Kelly, how about you? Tell us a little bit about some of the things that you were involved with.
So, some of the things that I'm involved with, first of all, I'm a mom.
Okay.
I'm a mom of two. So, it's like, thank you. So, you know, being a parent definitely fuels just a lot of social groups that I have. But being a mom definitely is such a big umbrella that you have to sometimes find time for you. So the organization that I'm affiliated with is Focus Hope. And so that truly So I work there now. I'm an employee. But it's like, it's such a great, I love volunteering. Even if I'm not working there, I still love to go volunteer there. I love going to participate in their organizational gatherings. And it's just like, it just makes you feel good. And it's a part of my community.
Right.
So, I mean, it's right off Linwood. Well, it's right off Oakland Boulevard, but I'm from Linwood, guys. So, you know, always claim that first. But it's on Oakland Boulevard. If you're ever interested in an opportunity to go volunteer, take some time, it just feeds your soul. And that is truly what I am just passionate about. And it's just like, I would do anything for folks. So there, that's my plug. I hope I get a raise. No, I'm just kidding. So in my own personal endeavors, my organization, Detroit Daily Dish, it has taken a hiatus since I was pregnant. However, Detroit Daily Dish, that was truly just, I did food service where I would cook meals, and they would be based on anybody's dietary needs. And it was just like, you know, it really, I am very passionate about cooking. I'm very passionate about my food. So it's like,
Right.
So when I would cook, it's just, it truly feeds me. I was just recently asked to do a cooking show and
blessings.
it's like cooking for millennials, which I didn't even know that anybody was interested, because I feel like I cook regular stuff, but apparently, you know, people hungry.
Just amazing.
Right.
So, you know, I truly, and then I was speaking with a colleague about how she needs to talk about her recipes as well. I'm looking at her at the end. Because honestly, I love learning, and I love learning about food. So she was telling me that just to power your feminine energy, there are certain foods that you can eat that will heighten those things, and some things that are actually like hindering you. So I'm like, wow. I never knew that. So I would love for her to do a segment so that I could, you know, emphasize my knowledge and
Wow, sounds like a wonderful person.
Expand my knowledge, not emphasize. Let's expand.
Yes, indeed.
But no.
Well, thank you. Thank you. You guys are amazing women. And you know, so it's so food. Just to hear your story, your backstory, that, you know, it's genuine where it's coming from. We all have to start looking at building legacy through building our wealth, which is something that I don't think was taught to many of us. In my family, wealth building was not taught.
Yeah.
You know, we were taught to go to work. We were taught to have a positive work ethic. We were taught to be part of a community. But we weren't taught to really truly save with purpose. And so I am relearning save with purpose now. And so I had to start off small. So I started off with quarters.
Nice.
So I've been saving quarters for about 3 years now.
Okay.
Wow.
Consistently, and I don't know how much I had to think. I had a couple $100s in quarters last time I looked, but I had to start small. I had to really just program myself to save, and I could more easily part with quarters than I could with dollars. So I'm getting there too. I'm sure once I cash all that in, I know it'll be probably $800 something when I'm done. It's a lot of quarters.
And I think when you cash that in, you should not forget your favorite niece. You know, I feel like you should keep her in mind for sure.
Well, you know, I have a niece that invests, so she has already a wealth building plan that will have to include her older aunts and uncles. I'm sure that's where it's going to come from. So, but that's a good point. Looking at things through a generational lens is going to be important. And this whole journey that we are partaking in, and seeing the value in what our younger generations can bring to us. Sometimes, you know, that's difficult for people as you're aging to really look to someone younger than you for leadership and for growth. And so I just established a new coach to help me kind of manage my social media presence. El Boog, I did something that was so weird for me. I was showcasing, I just had some tees customized, and I was really excited about it. And so my coach had me just show how excited I was. And I was like, yeah. And I don't know what it's called, where you have something that's on a loop. And so I'm just standing there looping this. It was the strangest thing ever. 30 minutes later, now I think I provide some really profound content. I might get 3 views, 2 likes on something that I'm thinking is extremely profound. I think in 30 minutes, 60 people saw that and liked that. I'm like, all I did, I was showing my teeth.
You made a
when
boomerang.
Is that what
Yes,
it's called?
a boomerang.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Very proud of you.
Right. It was a big step.
Very proud. Big deal.
So I'm still trying to process why that was something that somebody really would want to see. I don't get it.
That's just social media.
It's just fun.
I don't get it.
Yeah,
But
anything that's like a video tends to get more hits.
is that right?
Yeah. For sure.
It's the algorithm.
Okay. Well, that is why I have a
Mark
coach.
Zuckerberg.
And my coach is very vibrant. She's very creative and innovative. So I'm going to go ahead and lean to that because my idea and my profound statement got 2 likes. I'm like, this is everybody's going to love this. And it was like 2
World class.
views.
It needed those 2. It resonated with them, and they needed it.
Who
Okay.
heard it? It was for.
Yes. Listen, I plant seeds.
That's right.
I plant seeds with intention, so I know that eventually it's going to reap the harvest. That's how I have to chalk that up. But I also did reach out for help.
You did. That's the first step.
That is the first step, and all of this wellness is to reach out for help because we have a way of dealing with things because this is what we know and this is what we've always done.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're looking for different results, you have to do what?
Different thing.
You have to do something different. So I pat myself on the shoulder pads.
Do it.
Look,
do it.
shoulder pads. Y'all don't even wear shoulder pads.
No,
No.
we have on sweat.
I see.
Right.
No,
We have on.
Y'all don't even wear shoulder pads.
We came prepared. If we needed to sculpt you right now, we would be ready in uniform.
We got our
okay?
outfits on.
Yeah.
Well, that's a great point. So let's get into Xara's Wellness Spa.
Okay.
Let's talk about some of the services that you offer, and then how do we connect? So, where do we start with when we say, okay, I want to set a goal. I want to. So I got the little pooch, right?
Okay.
My stomach was really flat. It's always been flat till I got pregnant. I had a C-section.
That'll do.
The top of my stomach went flat, but the pooch didn't. So, is there any help for my pooch?
Definitely. I feel like just some wood therapy, some laser lipo. We can. And so, first of all of these services that I'm naming are non-invasive, non-surgical. So,
I hear laser. Sounds like slicing.
so no laser. I know, no.
There is laser.
there's laser, but it's no surgery necessary.
Okay, so for a customer like me, so I come in, I say, Kelly, Paris, the pooch is a problem. What do we do?
We're going to do a consultation. We're going
Okay.
to look at your whole body, right? So we're going to see.
Like, do I have to be naked? Should I wear some
Yeah.
pretty lingerie?
I mean,
We
you can.
provide it.
Right.
Oh, you provide pretty lingerie?
Not pretty, but you'll feel pretty sexy.
It's actually it's paper for the it's actually paper lingerie because we need you to be prepared for all the oil and maybe gel we're gonna put on your body to help get down to that toxic fat. But it is for your benefit. Yeah, so
Okay.
we're gonna provide you with the lingerie that you need. But
Okay.
yeah, we're gonna do your full consultation because we want to know what your body goals look like. Like
Okay.
ideal, the before the baby body. What do you want?
You're right.
We're going to do the whole thing. We're going to take measurements, weight, right? We're going to look at the whole thing, and we're going to set a plan between maybe 3 to 6 sessions. Like, what's our goal? Do we want a bigger butt? Do we want this pooch removed? Do we want breast lift? Like, we can do all of that. So the
Wow.
consultation will be completely inclusive.
Okay, so let's go back over those 3 again.
So I can do laser lipo, which is literally going to be setting lasers on your stomach to remove the toxic fat from your belly.
Okay.
We can do a breast lift, which is going to be me setting like some suctions on your boobs and sucking your butts up, removing any additional fat that you have on the side of them and pulling the muscles up so that your boobs can actually be lifted.
Whoa,
I can
that
do
sounds
this.
like 30 years ago.
Look. I did it on my mom. She's so excited. She's so excited. She loved it.
Okay.
I can do the same thing to your butt to give you a butt enhancement.
Okay.
Yep, that's been something I've been working on since I really always wanted butt. Kelly, you want to tell them about like the other services, cavitation, skin tightening?
Yeah, so the cavitation, so that's just taking the probe and just clockwise, just we're on your stomach, just hitting those target areas where, we're not I don't want to say problem areas. It's part of you. It's not a problem. It's just, something that needs to go, know?
Okay.
So some of those unwanted areas, we'll just, target those. And then the skin tightening. So once we finish all of those laser lipos, all of those cavitations, all those wood therapies, we will come and tighten up that skin so that it can just, come
That's
together.
for all of the saggy skin. If you have some under your arm, if you have
Ooh, you work on that too?
Yeah.
the whole body, face. If you
Wait.
want to do the little bit under the chin.
Yeah.
Not
Go
to say
back
you
over
have
the
that.
arm part again.
Yeah,
You
so
know our
the
icon
chick,
for arms is Michelle Obama, right?
Oh,
Everybody
yeah,
know
she
that?
does. Her and
Yeah.
Serena Williams,
Yeah.
arm goals.
Those are amazing arms. Yeah. I'm sorry. Now go back over that part.
Yeah, so we would just take the skin tightening and go right up under there, and then it would tighten up the skin, and then you wouldn't have that sag.
Wow.
Yep, and especially under here, this is one of my target areas. So I got to tell my sculptor she needs.
It's a very powerful but gentle laser technology that we're using here. That's really going to target those fat cells.
That's
and
a
if
good point.
you have some skin that needs to be tightened up, the RF skin tightener will really get you together.
How about on the face?
We can use the face as well.
So if you have a little puffiness under the eyes.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep, and it's a smaller one. So all these tools so we have different tools for different targeted areas. So for the bigger areas, we have a bigger skin tightening probe that we would use. For the smaller areas, such as the face, we have a smaller probe that, is smaller for your face, so it's not uncomfortable. So all of these tools that we have are made in mind to make the person comfortable. It's not painful.
Okay.
And being beautiful should not be painful. I don't think beauty should always be pain. Beauty should be at a pace. Whatever pace you want to go, fast pace. That's when you're going slow pace. That's where you go. You got to do it on your time.
Really? This is awesome. This is awesome news. Are you guys hearing that? I'm sorry. Guys, can we talk about guys too?
Oh yeah, this is open to everyone. Okay, this is a yep. You come on, get on our table. We could get you together. Summertime is a couple months away. I'm on the clock.
So let's talk about men receiving these services. What is the benefit for them? How would they use it? What are some of the key things that you might see that a male might need?
So the services are going to be of the same benefit for men and women. If you are interested in shedding some additional pounds, if you're interested in detoxing your body from whatever it is that you do that might be unhealthy, alcohol, tobacco, we have an ionic foot detox that we could wrap your feet up and put it in some wonderful petals and get all of the dirty, nasty stuff that's been inside of your system out through the bottom of your feet. So it's a wonderful process that I think men would enjoy, and it's kind of a treat. So, but if you're interested in wood therapy, it's a great massage. So we offer wood therapy to men, and they usually are really interested in that. Other services, like I said, the cavitation, the laser lipo, those are services specifically for people that really want to trim down and detox. So if you're a guy that's interested in that and is I'm going to do this natural, non-invasive, holistic way of trimming down because I need something to aid my gym process, then I'm for it.
So we're talking about the love handles for dudes.
Yes.
We're talking about the
baller belly. We're talking about the chest. Whatever it is that they have that they want to address, just like women, we can do the same.
Wow, that's amazing.
Baller back?
Yeah, we taking it.
Light though.
That's what I'm saying. You might not, but if you do, we're here.
Right. So let's talk about time.
Okay.
How long does a process? You talked about goals and setting sessions. Tell us a little bit about how that happens. So, is there a certain amount of time for a certain goal, physical goal? So, let's say I like to have my 30-something boobs back.
Okay.
And of course, I got the pooch, so I'm gonna have that. So, what kind of time are we talking about with those kinds of things?
So we're talking about maybe an hour session, and you probably would need, if you want to go back to the 30-something boobs, 6 to 9 sessions.
Okay.
So, we can do a session 3 times a week.
Oh, okay.
But, I would recommend maybe just once a week, once a month, however often you experience your luxury services, right? Because this is going to be kind of like getting your nails done, like going to get your hair done, whenever you have a free hour and you want to spruce yourself up. I just had a friend that came over and got a luxe butt lift right before she went to Jamaica because she wanted to have that extra poop right before she was there. So, whenever you decide. But yeah, it's going to be about a 6 to 9 session commitment with, any target area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So now let's talk a little bit about, I know you can't give exact prices, which I wouldn't ask you to do that, but how about some price ranges? How much of my budget do I need to set aside? So
Sure.
So I would say each service to set aside between 50 and $125
okay.
for each service. I mean, and that's basically the range.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, that sounds affordable.
Yeah.
So that's like if you're going out for an evening, that sounds like your outfit and your meal.
Yeah.
So you could actually find that money instead of getting that outfit to go out for a date or a girls' night. You might want to just
Get your body right for that outfit.
get your body right for the next event,
Right.
right, and see and have everybody doing the oohs and ahs. And this, so one of the challenges for me is wearing the body shapers, body shapers. So do you get the same, are you looking at the same dramatic results you would? And now this is just your own body as opposed to having to have the shaper on, right?
Yes. And that's what makes it so amazing, right? That's what makes it worth it. Right. It's like, I'm just going to do this Lux investment in myself. It's almost like when you decide to just finally get waxed or go and you're like, I'm just going to do this because it's the best decision for me and it's going to be the best. Like, you should go and get your body sculpted because you're really going to be feeling good. You're going to be looking good. And it's instant results. Like, you can automatically see it. Even though I'm saying 6 to 9 sessions for you to get back to where you want to be, like your ideal body, you're going to be able to see the progress as we move along.
Yeah.
That is amazing. This is awesome.
Yes.
This is awesome.
Can't wait to have you on the table.
And honestly, it's a process. I mean, because you get the services, you feel great, you look great, and then that'll motivate you to keep it up. So you also have to, just like anything, you have to have your upkeep. You know what I mean? So the short of all the services is really a detox. It's really just a really good detoxing process because you're getting it all. It's moving. It's getting assistance moving. It's getting assistance getting out of you. So then you're able to replenish yourself with water. You're able to replenish yourself with goodness. You know what I mean? Like healthy foods that will keep your body going. You know, and keep your body sculpted.
So speaking of foods, do you help with a nutrition plan? What are the other things that you do once you leave? Once your client leaves and they're like, ooh, look at that, 30-somethings, right?
So with your consultation, definitely if you want to go over a plan, you know, we can look up things that can help assist. So according to your BMI, how much water you want to drink or need to drink. We can look that up. We can get that set up for you so that you'll also be able to have those tools to be able to carry it out.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, so there's pre and prep work that we kind of let you know when you schedule an appointment. We'll let you know you have to drink at least 64 ounces of water before coming in to get any laser or cavitation services because your body has to be extremely hydrated. All of these things are going to move toxic fat out of your lymphatic system. So it's going to come out of your sweat. It's going to come out of your bowels, out of your urine, right? So you want to make sure that you're replenishing it with the right amount of water. And we'll provide those details for you when you schedule the appointment. So you'll be all set about kind of like how to provide the aftercare. But it's going to be about what we advocate for. So like being healthy, like in your day-to-day lives, right? So it's going to be about making sure your mind is right, making sure if you can, you're still hitting the gym, making sure like, you know, you're doing what you need to do to upkeep yourself. But this is your Lux experience to just feel good and get a wonderful detox. And we're excited to provide that for you.
Yeah. And this is also offered to people who have, you know, taken that additional step to have those surgical procedures. So even if you've had the surgical procedures, that doesn't mean that, you know, you can't come see us. We take everybody.
Okay.
So, you know, and even when you do have those surgical procedures, you still need that same upkeep.
Okay.
So we can still assist you. We can still give you those holistic services that can still keep up with your surgical procedure. So just want to put that out there too.
So, and I know there are new moms. I know you are a relatively new mom.
I'm a new mom too.
Right.
I am a new mom.
What kind of advice would you give new moms who want to get snapped back after bringing a delightful new life into the world?
Well, of course, come see us at Xara's Wellness Spa.
So, are we coming 9 weeks? Are we coming 12 weeks? Are we coming after?
I would definitely come at least 12 weeks. So that's a full 3 months of you getting yourself together, because I mean, shoot, let's face it, like having a baby, that takes a mental toll, physical toll, emotional toll, and to receive services, you definitely do have to be open. Because I mean, just as Perry said, going to get waxed. When I go get waxed, I feel so vulnerable. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm spread eagle out here on this table, you know. So I think you need to be open to the vulnerability of the process, because we literally, when we do our consultation, you're in this paper bra, paper panties, and you're very exposed. So definitely just be prepared mentally to just accept and embrace that new change. So that's my best advice to any new moms, because you have to get used to this new body. And you have to mourn that body sometimes. It's like, that body's gone. It's gone. But you can get it back and better. So
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, that's encouraging. That's
it.
encouraging. Yes. So, have you seen? Okay, this is probably a 50-something question, but so how does it improve, like stretch marks, and there's some other things that start happening to you when you
The skin
cross
tightening
50?
can definitely.
So does it help to fade stretch marks, or does it?
So it actually doesn't help to fade stretch marks, but
tighten.
the SF skin tightening helps with the appearance and texture of the skin.
Okay.
I got mine done, and that's immediately what I noticed. Like on my belly, I'm like, this feels so smooth. I've never felt my stomach feel this good. So I haven't seen anything where it's like actually improving the appearance of the stretch marks, but the texture definitely of the skin itself.
Okay.
Really.
Well, that was a stretch, but I thought I'd just ask for those who are out there who may have those kind of questions. But
Gonna investigate it.
Yeah,
Right.
we're trying to be honest and,
Right.
definitely transparent. We can make it feel soft though, ladies and gentlemen. So.
Right. And those are things that are really important to how your self-image. But what I heard you start off by saying is that this is about you feeling good about who you already are.
Oh, and I forgot to. Pierce, you didn't talk about the other service,
Which one?
the Reiki.
Oh, okay. Reiki.
Right.
Yeah, Reiki Reiki actually means life force energy, right? And so it's an opportunity for people to hold space in their hands for other people to heal. And so I recently became...
That's a beautiful way to put that.
Great, thank you. I recently became a Reiki practitioner, and that's something that we're offering at Xara's Wellness Spa too.
Okay.
Yep, so I'm very excited about just providing that for my community in general.
That's awesome. So I just want to encourage you, if you're considering getting these types of services, and this is not about it being a commercial. This is really about being able to offer information, resources, and tools to help us on this journey of self-discovery, of self-exploration, and then our self-identity. To be able to feel good about yourself inside and out. Inside definitely is important. That's your mental health. That's your nutrition. That is your mindset. That's the words that you speak, which I want to make sure that I get back to, because this is the manifesting year.
Yes.
So what you say about yourself, what you say about your children, what you say about your mate, what you say about your friends is really important in this season, because what you say is what you're going to manifest. So let's make sure that we're manifesting the wellness. Let's manifest our wholeness. Let's manifest the good health, that's mental health and physical health, that we can give to each other. These are gifts that we can give just by the words that we say. Encouragement. And of course, you know that EMIY, Emmy, represents Encourage Me, I'm Young. And speaking of that, we have our Emmy National Respect Day coming up April the 6th, which we're really, really excited about. So those of you who are on our social media, whether it's Your Inspired Journey or Emmy or Calvin National Encourager, Calvin T. Mann National Encourager, whether you're on any of those sites, keep your eye out for our Emmy National Respect Day. We are talking about not just impacting our community, but teaching and reteaching respect and this whole new mindset, because respect, everybody seems to have their own definition of respect, and there are own boundaries around respect. Now, you guys are dealing with respect for your body. right? And so that's a big piece of respect. Also, respect for our minds and our mental wellness, and that's kind of what Paris led to too. And you talked about it in nutrition. All these different ways that we respect ourselves and respect others are extremely important. And so the purpose of April 6th is to draw that back out, to draw attention to it, lift it up, and encourage people to use that in terms of how they're manifesting in 2022. Manifest that positive level of respect, that self-respect first, because our motto is respect you, respect me, respect we. Like, that's what we do together. And so as we're building this village and rebuilding our village and what that means and what that looks like, we have to keep tooling and retooling, and that really starts with respect. And I know there are a lot of things that have been happening in media today that are disrespectful. Either it's an area of self-respect, how we are setting our own boundaries and what we are, and knowing that people are looking at us. And you all are public figures as well now. But just, for people being able to see how you handle and conduct yourself is important. That's an important part of respect. That's an important part of wellness. Because if somebody admires you and they see you do something, then their tendency is to think that it's okay to do it, right? And it may not be that it's so okay to do it, because we're talking about boundaries and we're talking about levels of respect. And how do we maintain that in our own village? There have been seasons in our village where we have totally lost sight of what respect is, what it should be, and then the demonstration of it. And we see that in our neighborhoods. We see it in the throwing trash out the window. It's just so. I live near 7 Mile in Southfield. There's a Church's Chicken at the corner. There's a gas station at the corner. There's a liquor store at the corner. When people come out of the liquor store or they're sitting on the curb every day, it is completely full of trash. Same thing with the Church's Chicken across the street. It's like you go through the drive-thru and then you just drop it on 7 Mile. You drop it on the corner. You drop it there. Like, how is that self-respect to begin with? What is the model? If you have children with you and they think that that's okay because mom and dad are doing it, the same thing with marijuana smoke. You're driving down the street and everybody's getting a contact high just by pulling up on the side of you. Yeah. This is self-respect. This is respecting the village. This is respecting boundaries. We have to do a better job at that. We have to remember that we're sharing this space.
Yeah.
And it's not ours. We are stewards over it. We're stewards over the bodies that we occupy. We're stewards over the people who are in our circle that are entrusted to us. We have to be good stewards, and that good stewardship starts with respect. So I'm excited about Emmy Encourage Me I'm Young, and our stance that we take around encouragement, what we take for respect. We don't take it for granted. We know that it has to be established, and we have to constantly teach it by how we treat ourselves and how we treat others. So respect is a very key component to how you set the boundary for the village that you're a part of. So I just want to thank you for being here today.
No problem. Thank you for having us.
So we need to know how we can connect with Xara's Wellness Spa. Give us some ways to connect.
So definitely you can contact us via Instagram at Xara's Wellness Spa. That's our name on Instagram. Also, you can go Xara's Wellness Spa at gmail.com to schedule a appointment.
Okay.
We're working on a phone number.
Okay.
So we will have a direct line where you will be able to call, but as of now, Instagram and email. And once again, that's Xara's Wellness Spa at gmail.com.
And that is Xara with an X,
Oh, I'm so sorry.
A-R-A-S.
Yeah, I did not specify.
And also, if you want to reach out to Xara's Wellness Spa, you can come through Your Inspired Journey, and you can dial me direct, and I will transfer that call for them. It is 313-759-7855. Again, that's 313-759-7855. You will see their information posted on our Emmy Facebook page. We'll have that information up for you there. We'll also have it, you'll be able to tap into this show on YouTube. You will be able to tap into it on Podcastic. So there'll be lots of ways that you can reconnect with this show, this particular episode, which is live, but it'll be recorded for you to see and for you all to use too in your promotions.
Awesome. Thank you.
And so this is just such a great time to be here. This is such a great time to see entrepreneurs, our sisters stepping up and seeing the gaps in our community and wanting to bring those forward.
Yes, native
So
Detroiters.
amazing. That's right. That's right. Elbook, what you think? You think men will come for the services?
At least to see our smiles.
Thank you.
And it's authentic women just trying to pass along a gift that we were bestowed with.
That's awesome. Good stewards. Good stewards. Thank you. And I know we're wrapping up as we're coming to our final hour. I just want to make sure that I encourage you to, one, visit us at EMIY TV. Look at our previous EMIY podcast, sponsored and hosted by Podcastic. And make sure that you are following us on our social media. That's EMIY, which stands for Encourage Me I'm Young. Make sure you're following Your Inspired Journey on social media. That's Facebook. That is Instagram. Soon TikTok is
Under development. You got it.
Upgrade.
I'm trying very much, very much. This is, but this is why we have help. Right. So not only should we be reaching out for our mental health, our spiritual health, our physical health, but we also have to reach out for our business health. Because we have to change some dynamics in what we practice as entrepreneurs. Just because we haven't been taught doesn't mean we can't find the tools and the right teachers. So let's continue to improve, grow our economy locally. And remember that this is a manifesting year, so mind what you say and say what you mean. And that is what you're going to manifest in this season. So we're excited about being here today. I, again, am your host, Hetheru, personal change coach, sitting in for Calvin T. Mann, our national encourager. As we continue to encourage him in this journey, please make sure that you are reaching out to EMIY. We have lots of good work that we're doing, and we need your continued support. So please reach out to us at EMIYworld.com. That's EMIY.com. Please help us by making your donations and your contributions to the work that we're doing to change and seed the lives of boys and restore our families, because we need to have strong families to build strong communities. Thank you again for Xara's Wellness Spa for being here, and your owners, Kelly Miller and Paris Simpson. I thank you to El Boog, our engineer, for making this look so amazing and easy,
Yes,
which I know
thank
is
you.
all the skills that he's been doing all these years to be able to make this kind of work happen. So we thank you, as always, honor you for everything that you are and everything that you do. And for our viewers, we thank you for being a part of this and taking this journey with us. So continue on as we continue on. All the best. Take good care.
Thank you.